Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, in the blue corner, wearing the all-black trunks. This young lady tipped the scale at 234 pounds. Her record, 13 wins, only 3 losses. She is a current WIBF and WIBA Women's Heavyweight Champion from San Francisco, California. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Martha Salazar. Her opponent in the red corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed in silver and red. This young lady tipped the scale at a fit and ready 182 pounds. Her record, an outstanding one as a professional. 22 wins, only 1 loss with 17 knockouts. She's a former All-American high school basketball player, a member of the Tennessee Volunteers and the Final Four, and the current IBA Cruiserweight and Heavyweight Champion from Northville in Cleveland, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Dream, Vonda!
Tail of the tape between Vonda Ward and Martha Salazar for the WBC Women's Heavyweight Championship of the World. Vonda Ward, 33 years of age, 6 feet 6 inches in height, 182.5 pounds, 78-inch reach. Martha Salazar counters at 37 years of age, all the way from San Francisco, California, 5 feet 9 inches, 234.5 pounds with a 62-inch reach. So, George, whatever Martha gives up in the height and reach advantage department, she more than outdoes in the weight advantage department.
Martha Salazar packs a punch. And if she can get Vonda Ward into a corner, Vonda Ward's in for a long night. Vonda Ward needs to stay in the middle of the ring and use her jab to her advantage.
So round 1 is underway on In This Corner on Sports Time Ohio. Vonda Ward in the black trunks with the pink trim. Martha Salazar in the all-black trunks.
Martha Salazar is already being aggressive. She's letting Vonda jab, but she's countering, trying to back Vonda into a corner. Landed a hard shot to Vonda's head. Vonda definitely got rocked and felt that punch, but this isn't the first time they felt each other's punches, as this is the 3rd time these 2 young ladies have stepped into the ring.
There's a left hook that landed upstairs for Martha Salazar that got Vonda Ward's attention. We'll see if Salazar can have any luck in landing some more left hooks upstairs, George. And Martha Salazar and Vonda Ward fought each other 2 other times back in 2003. Vonda Ward, of course, was the winner of both of those bouts. One was a 4-round decision, the other was a 10-round decision.
You know, in preparation for this fight, both fighters have a lot of fight footage to look at, to see where they went wrong, what things they did right. Good preparation for both of these young ladies. I know both of them have put a lot of time and effort into this because they're eyeing the biggest prize in the sport.
Vonda Ward is really using her jab here tonight. She's trying to establish that reach advantage, by opening up with the jab and then landing the right hand afterwards.
Martha Salazar is just continually stalking Vonda Ward, not letting Vonda Ward get comfortable with that jab, but Vonda Ward is scoring some points with that jab. We're in for a very exciting 10-round heavyweight title fight.
Vonda Ward in the center of the ring has had no trouble in landing shots with Martha Salazar, but Salazar, to her own credit, hasn't had any trouble reaching Vonda Ward as well.
First round already in the books. Both fighters eyeing each other up, sizing up each other.
Good first round, George. Good first round from both. Both got their feet wet. Both landed some hard shots. Both took each other's shots very well. Let's take a look at this hook that lands from Martha Salazar in the opening round. Nice left hook that got the attention of Vonda Ward. There it is. You see Vonda Ward's knees buckled just as she landed that shot. Vonda, give her credit. She took that shot and stayed on her feet, George.
She took that shot well, and if you notice, as soon as she got hit, she stuck her arm out for that jab to keep Martha Salazar away from her so that Martha Salazar couldn't come in and do even more damage.
So we'll see. Vonda Ward, George, both of these two women are coming off of layouts. Vonda Ward hasn't fought since July of 2005 when she won a 10-round decision over Cassandra Geiger right here in Cleveland. Martha Salazar has been off since November of 2005 when she won a 6-round unanimous decision out in Sacramento, California. So round 1 in the books. Round 2 set to get underway. Antonio Castro alongside George Felipe here on In This Corner on Sports Time Ohio. Women's WBC heavyweight championship fight between Vonda Ward and Martha Salazar.
The crowd visibly in favor of Vonda Ward. This is her backyard. You saw people all night tonight with Vonda Ward t-shirts, Vonda Ward signage hanging up here. I know our cameras have caught that a few times. Martha Salazar needs to make sure she blocks that out and stays on her game.
The left hook lands for Martha Salazar just as Vonda Ward was trying to establish that jab again. And Vonda Ward is staying busy tonight. She's throwing a lot of punches so far tonight, George.
Vonda Ward appears to be in very good physical condition for this fight tonight.
Nice right hand over the top lands from Vonda Ward. Vonda's also using that size advantage of hers as she can pretty much, it's like chopping down a tree, chopping lumber. Go down and really establish that power by going down on Martha Salazar with that height advantage, about 8-inch height advantage, George.
I think the advantage, if you want to call it that, in a 10-round fight for a fighter like Martha Salazar is Martha can take a punch. It doesn't seem Vonda's punches are affecting her that much at this point in the fight. And like you said, she's chopping down a tree. Vonda Ward could get tired later in this fight. And I think the later this goes, the more advantage Martha Salazar has.
Both women in the center of the ring again. Vonda Ward using the jab effectively, working well off that jab. She's just using the jab all night tonight. Right hand lands from Vonda. And Martha followed up with a shot of her own to kind of back Vonda up. So both these women landing some hard shots. Right hand to the body lands for Martha Salazar, and Vonda Ward really being aggressive right now, landing nice right hand upstairs just as round 2 ends, and the crowd gives their approval as they like the action that they're seeing here at the Wolstein Center. Let's go into the corner of Vonda Ward.
Women's boxing rounds only 2 minutes per round. 2 minutes per round.
Okay, now
Coming up next, the third round. Let's go right.
Don't keep going to her, right? Go to this side. Whenever a hand
So George, the first 2 rounds in the books. What do you see? You see Vonda Ward taking the shots to Martha Salazar pretty well as we go to the replay here in that second round. And Vonda Ward lands some nice shots. Look at that perfect right cross there to Martha Salazar. And I don't know how Martha Salazar stood from that shot. That was a tremendous shot there from Vonda Ward.
Martha Salazar's nails tough, and that's going to frustrate Vonda Ward throughout the latter of this fight. Right now I have it 2-0 Vonda Ward.
Oh, well, one thing for sure, Martha Salazar can take a punch. She's been in with some strong women and has never been knocked out. Now both women tying up. It's getting a little bit, I don't want to say dirty, but a little bit physical in the ring right now, George.
These girls are eyeing the prize. They're both hungry, and they'll do what it takes to win.
Salazar goes to the body of Vonda Ward. Sweeping right hook lands from Ward, and then the left hook lands from Salazar. Salazar's appeared to land a little cleaner.
This is where Vonda Ward cannot be. It's backed into a corner.
It appears that she's fighting Martha Salazar's fight in this third round. Sweeping overhand right. This miss just grazes Vonda Ward from Martha Salazar. Now Vonda's back to her comfort level, I think. Landing the jab, trying to stay on the outside, and just using that jab to her likeliness in keeping Martha Salazar away.
Middle of the ring, Vonda Ward's fight. In each corner or on the ropes, Martha Salazar's fight.
Right hand lands for Salazar. Ward takes it. Another right hand lands for Vonda, or lands on Vonda. She just continues to go forward and be the aggressor in this round.
Vonda's knees buckled a bit, but she recovered very quickly from that hard shot.
Both women landing power shot after power shot in this third round, looking to take the other out. They definitely did not want to go to the scorecards in this bout. Martha Salazar knows this. As the last time they fought out in Canton, she felt she got the short end of the decision in that fight. Let's listen into the corner of Martha Salazar.
You feeling good, baby. Relax. Give me time. Relax. Excuse me?
All right, one more time.
Martha Salazar had some good shots in this round. 2-1 Vonda Ward right now. That was Martha Salazar's round. And again, middle of the ring, Vonda Ward's fight. In the corner, on the ropes, Martha Salazar.
So 3 rounds in the books in this WBC Women's Heavyweight Championship bout between Vonda Ward and Martha Salazar. Actually, the third time these two women have met, but the first time since 2003 that the two have met. So here we go. Round 4 is underway. Vonda Ward in the black trunks with the pink trim. Martha Salazar in the all black trunks.
Vonda Ward beginning this round early by using her jab. Martha Salazar wants to fight.
Yeah, and Martha Salazar trying to back up Vonda Ward now. She's kind of stalking and being the aggressor now, but Vonda Ward picking her shots very well. Kind of picking off Salazar as she's trying to come in. Doing a great job at that.
Vonda Ward is sticking to her game plan so far in this round. Martha Salazar is blocking some of those jabs, but they're still having some effect on her.
It just seems like even though Vonda Ward's landed some hard shots, Martha Salazar just continuing to come forward. Nice short right uppercut lands on the inside for Vonda Ward. Salazar misses with the sweeping right hook, right hand, and that's something that Salazar is going to try to do. The first time they fought, Salazar she was able to land that sweeping right hand a lot of times on Vonda Ward, but unfortunately did not get the decision in that fight.
If she might have got the short end of the stick in Canton, they fought in Las Vegas, now they're fighting in Vonda Ward's backyard. I think Martha Salazar realizes what she has to do to pick this fight up.
And Salazar has Vonda up against the ropes. Vonda wisely ties up. And again, goes back to the jab. And that's something that she's going to want to do throughout this fight. Use that jab, use that height advantage to set up the right hand.
Vonda Ward doing everything she can to keep Martha Salazar off of her and in the middle of that ring. She's using her jab well. Martha Salazar is just connecting with some devastating shots. Both fighters can take a punch.
Buy some furniture at Jay's Home Furniture.
10899.
So 4 rounds in the books. Here we go. Round 5 of the scheduled 10-round WBC Women's Heavyweight Championship bout. Vonda Ward and Martha Salazar. Vonda Ward in the black trunks with the pink trim. Martha Salazar in the all black trunks.
Both fighters, although different styles, you can tell they're seasoned professionals and they have very good boxing discipline.
Ward with a nice right hand that lands on the chin of Martha Salazar. Corner tells her, keep on going. Do that again.
Keep stepping to the space.
Both on the inside, and Salazar kind of getting mad at Vonda for holding, and referee Randy Jarvis saw that and issued a brief warning to Vonda Ward as well for kind of holding down on her head and pushing her down, George.
Martha Salazar on the attack, but Vonda's keeping her at bay so far with that jab.
Right hand lands for Vonda Ward. Now she's going to go back to the jab. Right hand lands for Vonda there. Right hand lands for Martha Salazar. So really both women exchanging just power shots in this round, George.
If anybody says women's boxing isn't legit, watch this fight.
And both women showing their boxing skills here, but also trying to get the other one out of there by throwing power shots. Right hand lands for Vonda Ward. Backs up Salazar. Salazar counters with the left hook. Doesn't really land much into it, but then follows up with the right hand. And now Vonda sticking the jab, about 3 or 4 straight jabs in a row on Martha Salazar. Sweeping right hand misses from Martha Salazar. Vonda Ward closed out that round very well.
You couldn't write a better story for a WBC heavyweight championship for the world fight.
And we'll go now to the corner of Martha Salazar. And here we go to the replay in that 5th round. A lot of hard shots landed. There's the sweeping overhand right from Martha Salazar. Basically, that's where all of her effectiveness has gone tonight, George, is that sweeping right hand that catches Vonda Ward at the end. But Vonda's done well, and theirs was about the 4 jabs in a row as the round ended. And that's what Vonda Ward's main thing has been in this fight, is working off the jab, trying to establish that jab, following up with the big power right hand to try to put Martha Salazar to sleep.
Vonda Ward is fighting a good fight against a hard, tough opponent. The boxer versus the puncher tonight here at Cleveland State. I have it 3-2 Vonda Ward.
Well, we go to 6th round in this women's heavyweight championship fight between the All-American girl Vonda Ward from Cleveland, Ohio, against Martha Salazar from San Francisco, California.
Salazar's weight, but she is heavier than Vonda Ward's, but Salazar's fast. Sometimes you'll see her throw a punch and in the same almost flurry go upstairs, downstairs with the same hand. I'm wondering how much of this tree chopping that Martha Salazar did early in the fight is now going to have effect on Vonda Ward later in the fight.
We'll see. Another wild swinging right hand from Martha Salazar. She's really trying, I think, a little bit too hard to land that big sweeping right hand, George, and really focusing on that a lot. Right hand buckles the legs of Vonda Ward. That was a big shot there. That was a big shot, and this is attributed to Vonda Ward's conditioning. Compare the body styles. Vonda Ward is in tip-top superior condition for this fight. Vonda Ward took that shot, knees buckled, but she did stay on her feet to see if Martha Salazar can capitalize on that shot. Vonda appears to have her legs back. Now Martha Salazar taking a break, and she appears to be a little winded right now. Working the jab now, Martha Salazar, and she's able to land a couple of jabs in succession. Vonda Ward's conditioning is allowing her to recover from those hard shots much faster than if she wasn't in such superior condition. And maybe if Martha was in a little bit better shape, George, she could have been able to capitalize on that hard shot that she landed. But Vonda Ward was clearly hurt early in this round, but has come back now to really regain control of this round. Very much so, Antonio. 4-2 Vonda. She boxed a beautiful round and, like you said, recovered from a hard shot. So 6 rounds are complete in this women's heavyweight championship bout. Vonda Ward and Martha Salazar will go to the corner of Vonda Ward. So as we see some footage from the 6th round, George, in a round that saw Martha Salazar land probably the best punch of the night. There it is, flush on the jaw, buckled the knees of Vonda Ward, and you got to give Vonda credit, George. to take that shot, which was a picture-perfect shot to the jaw, and be able to stay on her feet. Maybe a little bit earlier in Vonda's career, she might not have been able to stay on her feet from a shot like that.
You're exactly right. Early on, that probably would have knocked the All-American girl to the canvas, but she is now a seasoned professional, knows how to take a punch, but more importantly, knows how to recover from a punch.
You're watching championship boxing here on In This Corner on Sports Time Ohio. Antonio Castro alongside my ringside partner, George Felipe, as Vonda Ward is in with Martha Salazar from San Francisco, California. And right now, Martha's got Vonda trapped along the ropes as both women have landed big power shots throughout the night tonight. Neither fighter has been down. Vonda's been working the jab, trying to set up her powerful right hand, while Martha Salazar is countered with a big sweeping right hand that lands from time to time.
This is a heavyweight title fight, and these two young ladies are fighting like heavyweight champions.
So as they both return to the center of the ring now, Martha Salazar going to try to work the body of Vonda Ward with the jab. Has really no effect on Vonda. And now we'll see what Martha Salazar can do. As she's backing up Vonda Ward now, but Vonda, even though she backs up, she continues to throw punches. We've seen that from the beginning of the fight, George. Vonda Ward continues to throw shots.
Vonda Ward is very busy. She's very well conditioned. These punches are having an effect on her, and to say they're not is an understatement. However, she is fighting a championship level fighting tonight.
We're in round 7 of a scheduled 10-round bout here, George, and Vonda Ward and Martha Salazar. It's almost kind of like Vonda's almost taking a break in this round. She hasn't thrown that many power shots. Really just been boxing around, using her jab effectively in this round, and Salazar's been the aggressor in this round.
Salazar's tired, I think, a little bit. She threw a lot of punches early on in this fight. Her conditioning may not be up to par, and this is where Vonda Ward now could have an advantage, whereas a lot of times with the puncher, they have the advantage. Great way to end this round.
As round 7 is in the books, George, and both women appear to be a little exhausted now. As we get to the later stages of this bout, it's a 10-round bout. We're going to take a look at some of the action in that 7th round here, George, with a round that Vonda Ward kind of wasn't really busy, but as we see action from the 7th round, Salazar again, the wild swinging right hand that did not land, but nice right uppercut lands from Vonda, but then she takes the left hook immediately afterwards, but she did take it well, didn't seem to affect her at all.
I have it 5-2 Vonda Ward. Martha Salazar needs to be in panic mode now. She is eyeing down only a knockout to have a chance to win this title tonight.
Well, she has to know that. She's in Vonda Ward's hometown, and not saying that the judges are only going to give decisions to hometown fighters, but a lot of times they are affected by the crowd and what the crowd is doing, and they seem to hear the shots of the hometown fighter a lot more than the opposing fighter. And here we go. Action in round 8. It's heating up. Martha Salazar, Vonda Ward for the Women's WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World. Another warning is going to be issued by Randy Jarvis for holding the head down of Martha Salazar.
You're right about the judges, Antonio. I judge many professional fights, and yeah, that crowd can't have an effect.
And now Vonda's got Salazar up against the ropes. Salazar does get off the ropes, though, and now Vonda back to the jab, working that jab effectively, something that she worked on in this training camp, that she could control this fight with her jab. And now looking to open up with some power shots is Vonda Ward, landing that right hand this round. After kind of taking off the last round, she's really back in control in this round, the 8th round of this scheduled 10-round bout.
Vonda Ward using her jab very well. Still taking some hard shots from Martha Salazar, but I think those punches from Martha Salazar have less pop. And I don't think Martha Salazar chopped down that tree very well early on.
Left hook lands upstairs from Martha Salazar. Vonda Ward took it well. And again, pummeling Salazar's face with that jab. Right hand upstairs blocked by Salazar. A short right uppercut lands for Vonda Ward as both women tie up in the center of the ring. Right hand lands for Vonda Ward, clearly a round that Vonda Ward took with ease.
Are you in need?
Round 9 is underway in the women's WBC Heavyweight Championship fight here on In This Corner on Sports Time Ohio. I'm Antonio Castro alongside George Felipe, and the action again heating up now. Vonda has Salazar in the corner, and Salazar was able to get out of it with some left hooks, but before that, Vonda was landing some hard shots of her own with the right hand.
She's in her rhythm. That was a great statement by her corner. Vonda Ward is right now coasting to a victory, but she has to be careful because one punch can change the entire outcome of this fight.
Right hand upstairs lands from Vonda Ward, and she's in a comfort zone right now. She's really, I think, seeing Martha Salazar very well. Martha Salazar is not as busy as she was early on. I think stamina has something to do with that, and the fact that Vonda Ward has landed a lot of power shots and tired her out as well tonight, George.
Martha Salazar is getting tired. It's obvious she's not throwing as many punches. There's not as much pop on her punches. Vonda Ward is in great condition, and it shows.
Left hook land from Vonda Ward, backs Salazar up, has her up against the rope. Salazar shaking her head. I don't know, telling her she wants her to come in or not, maybe playing possum a little bit there. But Vonda Ward landed a big left hook there.
Martha Salazar's hurt. She's not coming into Vonda Ward as she did early on in the fight. Vonda Ward's keeping her at bay with the jab. Middle of the ring, this is Vonda Ward's fight.
Well, she's clearly tired out there. And Vonda Ward's done a good job of mixing in both the boxing and the punching. Using the jab when she felt she's needed to, and used her power right hand when she felt she's needed to. Really in control of this fight.
Vonda Ward is coasting to a victory. Martha Salazar's corner needs to get her woken up very fast. She has one round to go, or this title's going to C-Town.
Well, last round of this championship fight, this is going to be it. Martha Salazar is clearly down on points on our card. Obviously, we don't know what the judges have, but she needs a lot of help.
She does need a lot of help, and you are right. We do not score the fight. This fight is seen from 3 different angles. Could see 3 different fights, but for all intents and purposes, Vonda Ward is coasting to a victory. Martha Salazar needs a knockout, and fast.
The 10th and final round coming up here on a special championship edition of In This Corner. And here we go. Some power shots in this 9th round. Left hook lands by Vonda Ward there. And that left hook was the punch that really backed Salazar up, had her against the ropes, and really hurt her. The very effective punch landed there by Vonda Ward.
10th and final round. It's time to let it all hang out.
Salazar has to know she's down on points. She's got to know she needs a knockout to pull this fight out. This isn't as close in our estimation as their 2 previous other fights. Vonda Ward is clearly winning this fight by our estimation. So we'll see if Salazar can come out and look for the knockout. She's coming out aggressive so far in this 10th and final round. Kind of bulldozing a little bit. Now, Vonda had a little elbow on Salazar. Jarvis issues her a warning for that elbow. And Vonda Ward really trying to mix it up herself, too. She's not going to let Martha Salazar just be the aggressor and land power shots. So Vonda Ward, even if she knows she's in the lead, not backing down from the challenge that Salazar is giving her.
No, she is not. Some fighters get cautious when they know they're ahead on the scorecards. Vonda Ward is not doing that. In fact, she's hurting Salazar even more in this 10th round.
Right uppercut landed on the chin of Salazar. Really stopped her in her tracks. Salazar just trying for that looping left hook. She has not had as much success with it tonight, though.
Less than a minute to go, and a new WBC Women's Champion is going to be crowned.
Right hand lands from Salazar. Did not affect Vonda Ward at all. She counters back with 3 shots of her own.
Just because there's not a lot of time left doesn't mean something devastating can happen. Look how Shannon Briggs won his title.
Big welt forming on the left eye of Martha Salazar right now as well from those shots by Vonda Ward. Ward is going to attack that right eye now, where that welt is on Martha Salazar. Nice jab from Vonda. And she is on her way to becoming the women's heavyweight champion of the world. Comes the final 10 seconds of this heavyweight championship fight. Vonda Ward finishing strong. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Cleveland has a new heavyweight champion.
I think the heavyweight title is in Cleveland.
Both women think or appear that they have won the fight. Both raised their hands as being victorious, but I think it's just a shortcoming on Martha Salazar's night tonight, because there's no way that I think she won that fight, George.
Vonda Ward, unless something.
And let's look to the 10th round. The nice uppercut that landed, George. And even though Vonda Ward was clearly ahead, I would feel on the scorecards, and I know her corner had to be telling her she's ahead on the scorecards. I tell you what, she didn't fight the 10th round like she was ahead on the scorecard. She fought the 10th round like a champion, looking to knock out her opponent and really finish the job in the ring.
Yes,
that's a mark of a true champion.
I don't think she wanted another decision. She had 2 with Martha Salazar. I think she wanted to change the course of this. We'll see what the judges had. Stranger things have happened in boxing, but for all intents and purposes, I think Ronnie Duncan's going to tell us what everybody here at Cleveland State wants to hear.
Well, not only that, George, but Salazar had to know that coming into the home, to Cleveland, Vonda Ward's hometown, she had to have a knockout. Unless she clearly landed some hard shots, knocked Vonda Ward down a couple times. She didn't do that. She took a lot of shots. As many questions as there was the first two bouts, not this time. As we see more action from that 10th and final round. This is just as the bout was ending, and Vonda Ward finished strong, trapped Martha Salazar there, and just landed shots continuously. Both women throwing shots as the bell sounded. Both women wanted to win this heavyweight championship bout. And now we have a decision. Let's take it up to the ring announcer, Ronnie Duncan, for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for both of these women, because after 24 rounds, they are both standing. They have fought for the 3rd time, Martha Salazar and Vonda Ward. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them both a round of applause. Both ladies doing their job. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecard for our decision. Judge Ellen Jones scores this fight 95-95, a draw. Judge Earl Jewell and Mike Wick scored this fight 97-93. Your winner and the new WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Vonda Ward. Vonda Ward is your winner by majority decision.
So Vonda Ward brings the championship back to Cleveland, improves to 22 wins with only 1 defeat. Defeats Martha Salazar for the 3rd time. This time, though, by majority decision. 2 judges had the scorecard of 97-93, which I felt was a good score. And somehow, some way, one judge had it even, 95-95. But nonetheless, judges got it right here tonight. Vonda Ward is crowned the baddest woman on the planet, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, as she is in the ring and just overcome with emotion right now. It's just hard to explain what she's got to be going through. She rebounded from a devastating first-round knockout loss to Ann Wolf in 2004. Some said she shouldn't fight anymore after that loss. She regrouped, she came back. She's now won 4 straight bouts since that lone defeat and gets the victory tonight against Martha Salazar to become the WBC Women's Heavyweight Champion of the world, and gets a congratulatory hug from another Cleveland fighter, Omari Braxton, who is showing Vonda Ward some love. And look at me, even my ringside partner, George Felipe, gets in the mix, giving some love to Vonda Ward. So now we want to go up to my ringside partner, George Felipe. George, who's standing by with the newly crowned heavyweight champion of the world, Vonda Ward. George, take it away.
I'm here with new WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Vonda Ward. And yes, you heard that correctly. Cleveland, Ohio has a heavyweight champion. This is the first young lady to do it. Vonda, you've had a lot of accomplishments over your career. This by far has to be the sweetest. 3 fights with Martha Salazar. Tell us what it feels like to be the best of the best.
I'm telling you, this is unbelievable. I mean, I don't think it has hit me yet, but I just want to thank Martha. I mean, she's one tough girl. I mean, she's a warrior. She's my toughest fight so far. We had 3 battles, and I'm sure we'll have more. But this is the greatest feeling in the world. It's a dream come true. This is something that we set out to do this year, and we accomplished it.
Worked out of the year.
Watching you win.
And I want to be a good representative of WBC for women, so that's my, I'll definitely do that.
You are a proven sportsman in this sport of boxing. You've done nothing but good in and out of the ring. You have a great team around you. I'm getting choked up watching you win this fight because I've seen you from day one as well. What is next on your radar screen as far as the defense? Has there been talk about any rematches of previous fighters? You calling out Layla Ali? Where are we going from here?
Well, we thought this was the carrot, the dangle in front of Layla Ali. This is the belt her father held. So we're going to dangle this in front of her. Say, we got your dad's belt. Come and get it.
Layla Ali, Vonda Ward. That would be one of the greatest fights, I think, in the history of women's boxing. Would you do it?
Oh, definitely. There's no question about it. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. But, I have faith in God that, when the time comes, it'll be here. And, these past 3 years that we've been trying to get her to fight, I've done a lot of improvement. She would have been better off saying okay 3 years ago. But I've improved a lot, and we're ready now. So.
It's an honor for me to talk to the heavyweight champion. I want to thank you for everything you've done for this sport. You're a great role model to a lot of people in and out of the ring. You have a great team in front of you. Nothing but the best to you and to your family and to the WBC. They have a great representative. Antonio, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, George. Vonda Ward again, newly crowned heavyweight champion of the world from Cleveland, Ohio. 22-1 with 17 knockouts. She's won